on action.
Good day. My name is John Griffin. I'm an officer here in Ontario for MPPAC, and I'm joined by Roger Bickers, and he's the advisor for the legal indemnification plan. And I'll turn it over to you, and you can go into some detail and explain what exactly that is.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Thank you very much. The plan came about, I was approached by MPPAC. They were looking for a more responsive mechanism to be able to assist officers at a time when they needed it most. Hats off to the guys that did a lot of work in the beginning. Ray, Pat Wozniak, Rolly Bolio, determined that the status quo, the existing assistance plans weren't responsive enough for members, and they were looking for to develop something that could be there for a member, when it suddenly hit the fan. You can imagine something as simple as a pepper spray incident. Someone's going to want a statement from somebody like you after you've used pepper spray. It'd be nice to immediately be able to call someone to understand what your rights are, what the lay of the land is, and there's laws that protect you. So what are your obligations and what are your rights? And that's how the plan began.
Okay. How would you describe what the core of the plan is?
Sure. The core of our plan is something we call the telephone legal assistance line, and it's pretty slick. It's a line that you can call, anywhere in Canada, from 9 to 5, coast to coast, and you can ask an expert any question at any area of law. You'd be speaking directly with a lawyer who would answer the questions, and it could be something as simple as a CRA tax appeal, or something as complicated as a code of conduct investigation against you. And you can imagine if it's a code of conduct investigation against you, you're speaking with a lawyer who has specific knowledge on the act that governs your employment, and you're going to get some advice to head off into a hearing. You'll understand the lay of the law and your rights, and you'll head into a hearing empowered and informed. The neat part about it is it's unlimited access, unlimited duration of calls, so you can head into your conduct investigation hearing knowing what to say and knowing what should occur, but you can be in that hearing and it may take a right-hand turn, and there may be a different, some more information in a different area that you may need. You can call back, speak to the lawyer again, get information on the new area, and go back again, be informed, empowered, and head into this meeting understanding what your rights and your obligations are. That's probably the core of our plan.
Okay, so is it only work-related issues? If I have a problem with one of my kids getting into trouble, something totally unrelated from work,
Yeah.
Can I still access that?
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. It's not only work-related, and that's the unique portion of it. Is that it's an assistance line that deals with all aspects of law. So it could be tax related, it could be family law, it could be trespass, it could be property nuisance, it could be contractual, or specifically in our case, it could also be the act that governs your occupation. So it's pretty neat. It's like having your big brother as a lawyer that's an expert in every aspect of the legal system. You can phone up and ask him any question anytime.
Very good. What else does the plan offer to MPPAC members?
Sure. In addition to the toll-free assistance line, there is $25,000 worth of legal fees. When I say that, I mean file opened, boots on the ground, someone holding your hand, a lawyer representing you at a proceeding hearing for things such as code of conduct, SIU, IIO investigations, coroner's inquests, criminal charges stemming from your occupation, and tax audits, that type of thing.
Okay. What would you describe as the primary limitations to the plan?
Sure. I guess the incident that we see the most, it's a limiting factor, is we will have officers reach out to us for assistance after something's happened, but they haven't joined MPPAC and are members in good standing and members of the legal indemnification plan prior to the incident occurring. So what I mean by that is you need to be a member of MPPAC and the plan prior to something bad happening to you. You can't have something happen and then say, oh boy, it's going to hit the fan. I know this is going to go south, and I could really use some help here. And MPPAC looks like they got a pretty good deal, so I'll join them now so that they can help me out. Well, it doesn't work that way. You have to be a member of the plan prior to the incident occurring. You can't just join after something's happened. That's probably the biggest restriction that we see. Having said that, though, our legal plan, the telephone legal advisory hotline, is still broad enough to have you call in and ask any workplace-related question or any legal question afterwards. So you can still get some guidance and help that way, but you wouldn't have full access to the plan's $25,000 funds.
Okay. Can you expand on that point? I just want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah, sure,
Exactly what you
sure.
mean.
Well, let's run through a scenario. You know, you can imagine a discharge of a weapon or a taser incident. There's going to be, for sure, an ACERT or an IIO or SIU investigation against the officer. If he was a member of MPPAC at the time, a member of the legal indemnification plan, and the incident happened, then he would have access to the $25,000, and that's a lot of money. Like $25,000 is a lot of legal fees. That's a lot of lawyers' time. So you would have access to the $25,000 for a lawyer to be with you by your side at the SIU investigation, open a file, and you know, protect your interests. Make sure that the system doesn't turn sideways against you, and make sure that all protocols are followed to protect your rights. They're to represent you. If you were not a member of the plan at that time, you wouldn't have any of that available to you. So the same discharge would have happened of the weapon, but now you're left in the field on your own. Either you go and hire your own lawyer, or you represent yourself, or you go unrepresented. And you can still call. The plan's still broad enough. You could call and ask questions about it through the telephone legal assistance line, but you wouldn't have the lawyer at your side.
Okay. One point I just want to, again, make sure it's clear. So in order to access the plan, what do you need?
It's pretty simple. To join or to be a member of the plan, you just need to join MPPAC. If you're a member of MPPAC in good standing, and you've joined the legal indemnification coverage, then you're covered under this plan. It's simple. Just join MPPAC and you're covered.
And then once you're a member and you've joined up, you have access to this toll-free line.
Have access to toll-free
and
line.
that's all it takes. You just make a phone call. You don't have to call the MPPAC office and get other people involved. If it's kind of a sensitive issue, you don't really have to involve anybody. You just have to pick up the phone, and it's you and whoever's on the.
Actually, that's a really good point.
Yeah.
It's protecting your privacy. This may not be something you would like to share. Whatever the incident is, it may be sensitive, and you may not want to share it with your colleagues or your commanding officer, or your supervisors, or even the people at MPPAC. You've got independent legal advice. It's very personal. You've got lawyer privileges and confidentiality. You'll be speaking directly with lawyers, and you'll get the advice. You don't have to share it. You'll get professional, accurate advice, and you don't have to talk to your colleagues about it. So yeah, you're right. Once you join, you have access to the toll-free line.
Sounds really good.
Great. Okay.
I don't have any more questions. I think we've covered all the bases.
I think so. It's pretty simple. It's a really good plan. It's there to represent you as an officer. It protects your interests, and it's really simple to get. You just need to join MPPAC.
Okay, and if there's any other questions, it's simple, as we just said, just to contact the MPPAC and ask any questions there. Thank you very much.
Thanks.